Hey everybody, Scott for Angry Badger Minis again. Welcome back. We're gonna look at this, will be first reveal for me, the Necromunda Hire Gun Enter the Hive trailer. It's supposed to be a new one, just came out today. And let's get into this.
Necromunda. Not a very nice place. Innumerable gun factories to feed the imperium of man. An endless sea of humanity, gang warfare, violence and dogs. But the dogs are okay. This is you, a bounty hunter. It's tough work, but it pays well, and business is endless in a place like this. Seriously, endless. You kill for a living, yeah, which is fun on its own. But there's also people to find, information to hunt down, your cybermastiff to feed, loot to, loot. Doing that job takes you all over the Underhive. Humongous trains pulling tons of cargo through gang war zones. Mile-high stacks of ancient technology feeding mega furnaces to pump out arcane weapons. Jury-rigged fortresses, chem labs, fighting pits, abandoned wrecks of spacecraft leaking throne knows what. It's gonna be an adventure, all right. It's busy work, and lots of people are hell-bent on making it harder. Martyr's End. An oasis of mild peace inside the whirlwind that is the Underhive, and filled with just the most wonderful people. Rogue doctors, dome runners, gangers, murderers, gun dealers. Even a barmaid has more information than you'd expect, for the price of a couple of drinks. That might seem like a lot of people to worry about, alongside the endless guilds, the gene stealer and corpse cults. Even the enforcers and machinations of the Inquisition have an influence. But they, and the various houses and gangs, all want one thing: their targets eliminated, their information found. Get to work.
Alright, well, I like it. I'm not sure why 11 people downvoted it, but this is by Focus Home Interactive, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, the same people who made Space Hulk Deathwing. It's got kind of the same artistic feel, which is great. Yeah, again, I don't know why 11 people downvoted it. I'm not going to pre-order it. I don't pre-order anything anymore. I think that, while I don't necessarily blame the developers, I blame the game companies or whatever that they end up signing with, it always seems to let us down, and has for quite a few years. So, well, maybe even longer than that. So I'm a big advocate for not pre-ordering anything, until you have a finished product. They just, not saying Focus Home Interactive would do this, but EA, all these other idiots, they probably would just, put out something that's totally unfinished, and it's not what we want to do. And I mean, even Space Hulk Deathwing, as much as I love that game, it had to, have some updates and things like that. But let's get into this. So, those ambles right there, man, let me tell you, let me back that up. I wonder if that's going to be a boss fight, if it's going to be something, I mean, you got two of them here, it looks like, something that you can hire, something, I mean, it'd be cool if you could beat it. That would be pretty neat.
Not a very nice place. Innumerable gun factories to feed the imperium of man. An endless sea of humanity. Gang.
I'm loving the graphics right now. They look really good. I'm sure this is on the highest level, so you're probably going to need one heck of a rig to run this, but I mean, it's still pretty awesome. I'm surprised though. I mean, these are the little things that I catch. I mean, here you got the double-headed Imperial Aquila. I'm surprised that in an area like that's even still up, and they haven't torn it apart just in Rebellion.
Warfare, violence, and dogs.
That train's pretty awesome. That Mastiff is pretty awesome.
Dogs are okay. This is you.
I like that you're going to be able to do different characters. Well, really, not necessarily different characters, but you're not stuck to the one person. I just wonder if they might put some customization in, like they did for Space Hulk Deathwing. I mean, it'd be kind of cool, if you could even make your own, character, if you will. Not, maybe as a class, sure, but I mean, you get to, actually make your own character. That would be kind of cool. Let me get this light off here that I didn't realize I had on. I think that would be a pretty neat thing. Let's see here.
Work, but it pays well, and business is endless
I'm
in a
loving
place
the
like
graphics
this.
and the environment.
Seriously, endless.
Really got a
You kill for a
good,
living.
underhive feel that we've all, over the years and decades have kind of envisioned
which is
in our
fun on
heads.
its own. But there's also people that
And being a psyker, now this one kind of throws me off. I mean, I get it. You're a bounty hunter, blah blah blah. Maybe an unsanctioned psyker. But I guess she reminds me, and I don't know all of the gangs off the top of my head. I want to say Escher gang. I don't know, but that's what she reminds me of, even though her hair is the wrong color.
find information to hunt down, your cyber mastiff to feed, loot.
Now that's, I would say, if I had a criticism, I was waiting for this. If I had a criticism, it would be this outline nonsense right here. Okay, I am not a big fan of that in any way, and I get it. This is enemy. Green is your friend. Or friendly. I can't stand it. It breaks the immersion from me. It's almost no different than what they did in Dawn of War 3. I mean, that actually, there's so much crap on the screen. I'm sure you guys understand.
Loot to loot. Doing that job takes you all over the underhive.
So I wonder how big the underhive is actually going to be. A lot of criticism from the Space Hulk Deathwing game was how repetitive, everything was. Well, I mean, it is a Space Hulk. You are, going on the same, some of the same missions and things like that, and everything our fiction leads us to believe that Space Hulks are, inhumanly massive, to the point that they dwarf, Space Marine battle barges and things like that. But in order to be able to loot and do things like that, I wonder just how big this is going to be. I have a feeling this game is going to be super successful, so I'm thinking that there might be a lot of DLC stuff added, with more maps and, or areas to explore and go on hunts.
Humongous trains pulling tons of
I love the
cargo
trains.
through gang war zones. Mile-high stacks of ancient technology feeding mega...
So I get the whole point of the furnaces. Again, another criticism. I'm hoping that it's not the majority of what we see. I would say for me personally, the glow of the orange could get old real fast. Again, I realize that's what it is. It's what powers, the hive cities and things like that. But, just one of those things. And if you take a look right here, we have a door on some type of, thing here that leads to nowhere, because these pipes are literally right here behind it. And I mean, I realize it's probably unfinished or whatever, but that's okay.
This is to pump out arcane weapons, jury-rigged fortresses, chem labs, fighting pits, abandoned wrecks of spacecraft leaking.
I wonder if you'll have the ability to get on top of any of that kind of stuff, or if you're going to be limited on where you can actually move. My apologies. You gotta love when work calls. Let's see here.
Knows what? It's gonna be an adventure, all right. It's busy work, and lots of people are hell-bent on making it harder. Martyr's End.
I don't know
An
if Martyr's
oasis
End's
of
gonna
mild
be like
peace
a
inside the-
hub, like where you can meet up with other players, or or it's just shopping, if you will, kind of like in the Fallout games or whatever.
Whirlwind that is the Underhive, and filled with just the most wonderful people. Rogue doctors, dome runners, gangers, murderers, gun dealers. Even a barmaid has more information than you'd expect for the price of a couple of drinks. That might seem like a lot of people to
I think that barmaid's goggles let her know how much money you actually have.
worry about.
I like. This is probably going to be a really great change for those of you that played Space Hulk Deathwing. Where you couldn't actually jump, you could only fall and things like that. And now we're able to jump, use a grappling hook, all this kind of stuff. It's going to be a great change.
Alongside the endless guilds, the gene stealer and corpse cults, even the...
That's something I like how they did that. They didn't actually. Well, okay. I mean, it would have been kind of cool, I guess, to show you. But if they're holding that back with the gene stealer cults, and the gene stealers, then obviously they're going to bring in some of what they've had and that right there shows, you know, a little bit of mysterious, anonymous, you know, maybe play area or something like that, you know, so they're not showing us everything. I like that because I think it would kind of ruin all of it for us.
Even the enforcers and machinations of the Inquisition have an influence. But they, and the various houses and gangs, all want one thing: their targets eliminated, their information found. Get to work.
So I like also that, like, whatever it was, that device or whatever that he was interacting with, it wasn't you know, like in Space Hulk Deathwing, how when you would come up on a relic or, you know, whatever, and you just press the button and it says relic found and it disappears. Well, now you're actually interacting with it. That creates, or I'm sorry, creates more or allows for more immersion, which I like. So what do we got here? Looks like it's going to be on every platform. If it's going to be on PS4, that's awesome. I'll definitely be rolling with that, and then I can stream it, you know, whatever. But again, I mean, I'm digging the dog. This isn't a bad look, but I'm really hoping that they're going to allow for us to make our own characters and whatnot. So anyway, that's kind of my take on what little bit of a trailer we got. It's, you know, it's 1 minute and 54 seconds, so not a lot that we can do as far as that goes. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.